Welcome to First Garden, New Gardener. I'm Joy Baird. One of the questions a lot of people have is they've planted their produce or their crops in the garden, but how do they know when to harvest it? Well, we're in our spaghetti squash bed here, and it got hit with powdery mildew very bad, but also it had put on a number of fruit. I've counted 5. There may be more hiding somewhere. So you want to know when is the right time to harvest. Well, obviously the plants have died back here, but another, and you can see it just breaks right off. Oh my, we've got insect damage on the bottom of this one. But one way you can tell is if you take your fingernail and try to push into the skin. If it just leaves an indentation, it's ready to harvest. If it does poke through the skin and you make an, you poke through the actual skin, it's not ready. So you want to test this if the plant is still alive before you harvest it. Now we've had this on the ground. You can see there is some insect damage here. I'm not sure of what kind, but it doesn't appear to be, it's not soft anywhere else. So it just right in that cavern there. So we could cut that out and still, this would obviously be the first one we'd use, but this one still is edible. Let's see what these other ones look like. This is the largest one at about probably 3 or 4 pounds. Now, if your plant is not dead, you want to leave a little bit of the stem, because otherwise if you snap the stem off, it can open up the top portion of your squash, butternut, or spaghetti in this instance, and it can cause the plant not to stay, it won't have a very long shelf life. And this one here is all intact, the vine again. I'm going to try to cut off some of this. And it looks pretty good there. Doesn't look bad at all. Now, shelf life for one of these would be between 4 and 6 months. You can store in a basement, root cellar, crawl space, away from insects, obviously, in a cool, dry place. Or if you're in an apartment of some sort and you purchase these at a local farmer's market, you can put them in a cabinet in the dark, or as far away from your heat source as possible. They won't keep as long, but you will get some longevity out of them. So this one here, the vine is still green, so I'm just going to cut. And I've tested all of these, and I'm just putting a little indentation in there, and I'm not poking through the skin. So we're good shape there. And I've got 2 more on the other side. I think I've got all of them. So we got 5 of them of every shape and size here. One of them had some critter damage. Obviously, sadly, it was the largest one, but it's not that it's bad, it just we'll have to process this one and eat it relatively quickly, and there's many good recipes online. So knowing when to harvest your produce is the second half of the battle. First half is growing it and getting it to produce. So winter squash, spaghetti and butternut, this works very well on, and there's a number of other squash that testing it in this fashion will also help you identify when the proper time to harvest it is. I'm Joy Baird. Thanks for watching. This has been First Garden, New Gardener.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.